it's so helpful to do that breathing exercise before you talk or do any kind of exercise with yourself or with others in the room, in order to be able to cleanse yourself and connect yourself to God and omnipotence as you move into your discussions or into your meditation. It opens up your chakras and pathways to energy and resonance. Welcome to Pure Love Wednesday. Excuse me, too much air causes me to cough up once in a while. Welcome to Pure Love Wednesday, the third pillar of the Hope foundational pillars. I hope that you are finding yourselves in connection with your reality and your essence today. Today I want to briefly touch base on one of my mentors, Napoleon Hill, who wrote some very profound literature, and I use his reference here to the Laws of Success. He wrote this back in 1928. I'm going to read from his Code of Ethics this morning, particularly about the Golden Rule, and I'll get into that in just a moment. As we move through our journey, a lot of times we run into challenges with our existence on this planet and in this lifetime. And just this morning, I had the opportunity to post on Facebook a self-made quote after a friend of mine put on there to leave the baggage of your past behind as you move forward in your life. And the quote that I came up with to get to that, to respond to that, I felt like was something that I would like to share with you this morning as we are sharing together, to help maybe some people that are having some struggles with whether they should continue with your life on this existence, because I feel like that one of the dangers that we face is the idea that perhaps you want to end it, and because your baggage is too heavy, or that you feel like you can't accept the weight that's been placed on your shoulders. So let me read this to you that I quoted this morning. This is my own quote. Feel free to share it. You can go on my timeline and get that with Richard May. So let me just share this with you right quick. I have come to understand that while we must get on with life, because suicide by any means is simply not a choice for ending our story, and although karma can be a nasty bitch when she visits, our past never leaves us, but rather each experience is an important part of our baggage of stories and lessons that shape our essence into value creation woven into the fabric of human existence. Therefore, live hope. I'm going to repeat that one more time. And again, you can find this on my Facebook page. I have come to understand that while we must get on with life because suicide by any means is simply not a choice for ending our story, and although karma can be a nasty bitch when she visits, our past never leaves us, but rather each experience is an important part of our baggage of stories and lessons that shape our essence into value creation woven into the fabric of human existence. Therefore, live hope. You know, I feel like that every time now that I participate in conversations on Facebook or with you or in anything that I do now, I'm directly connected to my omnipotence, because this is what my essence is. These words do not simply come from my individual experience, although my experiences, as I say in my posts and in my writings, have, like I say, shaped my essence into the fabric of what I believe is our human existence, and I hope that that's going to be putting value. Everything we do and everything we say and everything we act upon adds value to the fabric of human existence, to the very fabric of that existence. And I do believe in reincarnation now as what our prophets, Jesus and others, have spoken about, heaven and hell and resurrection, and that whole thing is part of our interrelations with our universe and with our Creator in order to continue to improve our spirit and our soul and our energetic, our energy, our vibrations, so that we can be at some point the type of creator that God created us in His own image. The facts are in the science as well as the theologies that take into account only honesty, omnipotence, pure love, and essence as their foundations in the study of our existence and our evolution as humans. Those facts that are based on those things point to that place of human existence within the fabric of existence, that we are in fact created in God's own image with the authority to have dominion over not only our planet, which is our home, which is our place of continuing evolution and reincarnation to become that powerful entity that can become a creator of its own, of universes and that, but that we do become part of that existence. So, having said that, my place, as I have come to understand it, is to do exactly what I'm doing here and now. And there was another post that I saw that was shared with me the other day, and it said something to the effect that those who are crazy enough to believe they can change the world are those who do. And so, do I dare believe that I'm one of those crazy enough to believe that I can change the world? And what I think all of us can have within us is that, as my father would say, do what you do within your sphere to help those around you, and where you can live your life to the best of your ability, and that is how you will contribute to the changing of the world. And I speak as much as I can, as far as I can, as far as my reach will allow me to carry my words and what I've been tasked to do with Hope. I will carry that as far as I can. And I am crazy enough to believe that what I have been given and what I have been charged with will change the world. People like Donald Trump, Einstein, Jesus, Mick Jagger, Michael Jordan, Bill Gates, all these people at some point in their lives realize they have changed the world through their contribution. And I believe that what we must equally come to understand is that Joe Janitor, Daniel Plummer, Ricky Saylor, Jennifer Mom Businesswoman, Karen Title Professional, Scott Psychologist, Beth Business Owner, Dallas Veterinarian, Earl Well Digger, that these people change the world because of what they contribute with their essence. So, I love them all, and they love me, and they know that they're crazy dad, uncle, grandfather, son, friend, Linex Steve. All of them know that what we're doing in some small way contribute to the fabric of human existence, and that as long as we continue to strive for honesty, omnipotence, pure love, and essence in everything we do every day, will in some way contribute to that baggage that is our existence. So, let me move on, because I know everybody's got to get to work, and I know that I don't want to take a whole lot of your time, but I hope that what I contribute to you will give you some value moving forward. Okay, so now, the golden rule, real quickly, from Napoleon Hill, from 1928, The Laws of Success. I will read this to you, and then we can get on with our lives for today. This is his number one of his success. This is one of them. He says, and I quote, this is his codes of ethics: I believe in the golden rule as the basis of all human conduct. Therefore, I will never do to another person that which I would not be willing for that person to do to me if our positions were reversed. Now we'll go on a little further to embellish on that a little further. There are people who believe that the golden rule philosophy is nothing more than a theory, and that it is in no way connected with the immutable law, with an immutable law. They have arrived at this conclusion because of personal experience wherein they rendered service to others without enjoying the benefits of direct reciprocation. You guys often hear me talk about pure love as being love delivered without any expectation of reciprocity, which has a lot to do with what Napoleon Hill is talking about here. But let me go on, because he does talk about reciprocity. How many are there who have not rendered services to others that was neither reciprocated nor appreciated? I am sure that I have had such an experience, not once but many times, and I am equally sure that I will have similar experiences in the future. Nor will I discontinue service to others merely because they neither reciprocate nor appreciate my efforts. And there is a reason. And pay close attention to what he says here. When I render service to another or indulge in an act of kindness, I store away in my subconscious mind the effect of my efforts, which may be likened to the charging of an electric battery. By and by, if I indulge in a sufficient number of such acts, I will have developed a positive, dynamic character that will attract to me people who harmonize with or resemble my own character. Those whom I attract to me will reciprocate the acts of kindness and the service that I have rendered others. Thus, the law of compensation will have balanced the scales of justice for me, bringing back from one source the results of service that I rendered through an entirely different source. You have often heard it said that a salesman's first sale should be to himself, which means that unless he first convinces himself of the merits of his wares, he will not be able to convince others. Here again enters this same law of attraction, for it is a well-known fact that enthusiasm is contagious, and when a salesman shows great enthusiasm over his wares, he will arouse a corresponding interest in the minds of others. You can comprehend this law quite easily by regarding yourself as a sort of human magnet that attracts those whose characters harmonize with your own. In thus regarding yourself as a magnet that attracts to you all who harmonize with your dominating characteristics and repels all who do not so harmonize, you should keep in mind also the fact that you are the builder of that magnet. Also, that you may change its nature so that it will correspond to any ideal that you may wish to set up and follow. And most of all, you should keep in mind the fact that this entire process of change takes place through thought. Your character is but the sum total of your thoughts and deeds. This truth has been stated in many different ways throughout this course. Because of this great truth, it is impossible for you to render any useful service or indulge in any act of kindness toward others without benefiting thereby. Moreover, it is just as impossible for you to indulge in any destructive act or thought without paying the penalty in the loss of a corresponding amount of your own power. So, that is what I wanted to read to you this morning. I hope that it will set with you well, because it rings true in everything that we learn and everything we have been learning about honesty, omnipotence, pure love, and essence, and the Hope Formula. This book was written in 1928, and there are so many references available for the same words that were written by this man, this genius, who was a very successful businessman and did some very awkward things and some things that were not so well thought of in his time, but that were later and now have found to be of tremendous power. Things such as the law of attraction and paying it forward that we have seen in the movie The Secret, the book The Secret, and and how these powers have come to rest on us in today's age in very, very, very significant ways, and how we have learned from people like Kevin Trudeau and others who have taken these things to whole new levels in terms of our ability to live a happy and prosperous life. So I want to share with you this bit about the golden rule because, as Jesus told us, do unto others as you have them do unto you, turn the other cheek. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful medicines that we have out there. And so you really, what I have come to understand, what I hope that you will begin to understand, is that even though I constantly talk about how pure love is given without any expectation of reciprocity, there is payment, and there is this law of compensation that is a very subliminal, subconscious level of building up a bank, if you will, that at some point you will reap your reward. And it may be, like it says in here, that you will be a magnet for people who think like you. And I'm hoping, and I believe that is beginning to happen with me, where my wife and I, Karen, we do random acts of kindness as much as we possibly can. We're trying to get together the H.O.P.E Institute. We're trying to surround ourselves with people who are like-minded about that idea. The town I live in is having some struggles right now. I've been thinking in my mind about these business alliances that I've been talking about and how that can formulate and feed the fire of hope within communities everywhere. So I'm going to continue to do these videos, and I want you to gain value from what I do, and that is why I have no expectation of reciprocity, though I'm reading this and conveying it to you. Know that you are building a magnetic bank of positive energy and affirmation that the law of attraction does in fact work, and as long as you continue with your building your belief system that you are building positive energy around you, it will be reciprocated. So with that, I'm going to close today. I'm going to post this on YouTube, as well as I'll put a connection on it to on my Facebook page. If you want to learn more about what I do, go on livinghopeinstitute.org. That's livinghopeinstitute.org. We are working to, of course, collect donations to be able to help people to bring themselves out of the oppressive situation they may be in by giving them opportunities to learn hope, giving them opportunities to go somewhere where they can learn what it is they need to learn about their essence and about honesty, omnipotence, and pure love. We're reaching out to communities, and so we're doing that with donations and trying to build business alliances within communities as best we can with what we have. So livinghopeinstitute.org, Rick Mabe at livinghopeinstitute.org. If you want to send me an email, you can sign up for our newsletter. I just posted a new newsletter for this week yesterday, and that is about formal religion and why we don't need it to be able to connect and be able to live a happy and prosperous life with God in our minds. We must never forget that we were created in the image of God. So I hold that close to my heart. And so anyway, have a great day. Pure Love Wednesday. Tomorrow is Hope Thursday and our Essence Thursday. And then we'll continue to move on. I'll do a live broadcast tonight. I've been told that I'm not doing enough of them, so I'm going to continue doing them in the evening. So have a good day. Thanks. Bye-bye.